daily soccer podcast with the Global Sports Podcast Network.
Hello and welcome back to the Daily Southampton, part of the Global Sports Podcast Network. My name is Greg Elliott, and as always, joined today by my good friend and wonderful co-host, Zach Finch. How you doing, mate?
Second time recording, entirely my fault. Definitely had the wrong output. You were like, you're a bit quiet, mate. And it turns out that it was the mic that I had retracted into the side of my face rather than the podcasting mic that I have. We all make mistakes. Have our hands up there and apologise, Greg. However,
technical difficulties are my middle name. It's fine.
It must just be nice for it to be my fault instead of yours, mate, to be honest. What I did want to ask you, Greg, though, is obviously you missed the game on Saturday, but you did have reviews from your children. Reviews we did not cover due to our zealousness in covering our frustration at the loss. So, mate, can I hear your kids' reviews of the game?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, they work very hard, one less than the other, it has to be said. My youngest, who is 7, his review for me was, we lost. Ugh. But Bazunu made a brilliant save, and there was no additional clarification at what point in the game that save came, where it was, whether it's one that then led to the goal. But apparently Bazunu made an incredibly good stop that particularly impressed him, and that was the only thing of note in the entire game.
Incredible.
Oh no, he did actually have one other gripe. There was one moment when the Stoke goalkeeper kicked the ball out of his hands and it went out for a throw-in, and the referee gave the throw-in to Stoke, and he was annoyed by that. I think is fairly reasonable.
Paying attention to those goalkeepers, mate.
Yeah, that's it. That's the thing. My eldest, who is 9, she took her role of assistant podcast review analyst much more seriously. She had some detailed reviews. She was intently watching at least some of the game, although she did disclose to me that she missed our goal.
Season tickets paid for themselves, mate.
That's it. That's unbelievable. But no, she said that Matty Fernandez did a lot of running. He runs forward, he runs back. There are periods of time where he was the only one running forward and he had no one else around him to hand the ball off to, and it was just him doing all the running. She said that Fraser was fast up and down the line as well, and that Jack Stevens had a good game. And that was it. She's like, I think that's all I remember. So yeah, she paid a bit more attention at least. But man, I don't think my kids have a future in match analysis. Put it that way.
Bless them, mate. They tried.
So look, maybe they can go and work in the Saints' black box room. Maybe they as clued up as in there. It seems. Who knows? Anyway, moving swiftly on, mate. Everyone's favourite competition is back. It is the EFL Cup. And we are playing away at Norwich on a Tuesday night. Not an ideal draw distance-wise, is it? It's quite a bit of travelling to chuck a random Tuesday night fixture in up to Norwich.
Well, it could be worse, but it's still not ideal, right?
It's probably one of the worst draws in the, bearing in mind they region lock it at this point of the season, so it's south and north. It's probably one of the worst south draws we could have got, right?
Just any time you need to try and manoeuvre around London is some sort of nightmare, right? So, yeah, it's for a Tuesday, it's not exactly ideal, put it that way.
But look, we'll be playing anyway, and, mate, how do you think it's going to go? Do you think we're going to see a rotated lineup? Presumably.
Well, definitely, Wellington's not going to play, is he? Because as of time of recording, you can probably notice that we're not going to talk about any press conference that's taken place. That is because it is my birthday on the day before.
Right, so it's also bank holiday though, mate, so they might not even have one, let's be honest.
Yeah, to be fair.
Also, only the EFL Cup.
Hey, you said it was everyone's favourite competition. You've got to make up your mind which it is. Right, so yeah, because of that, we're doing a double recording today. But obviously, we don't know the extent of Wellington's injury, but he went down pretty badly in the last game. We didn't really, I think, I don't even know if we discussed it. I know we talked about it off air, I think. So because of that, it might be that we just assumed we covered it. But like, it was pretty bad, right? You weren't there, you didn't watch it. But when he went down, he immediately put his arm up, and everyone could tell that there's something wrong. It was the ankle that he's had problems with
I
before.
mean, don't go off on a stretcher and then lightly, right? Like, and then
no, he couldn't even put weight on it. Like, he put weight on it once and then went back down.
In the post-match presser, I saw that Will Still said that it was an ankle that he's had problems with previously that he seems to have redone.
Yeah, if you remember
it
profile we did, the player profile we did, he ended up having like almost half a season out due to that ankle injury, and I think he even had surgery on it. And admittedly, he came back quite strong, but to have it, to land on it dodgy again, or it didn't look much
Can't be good
when it happened. Yeah. So that's one of the ones where it's bad.
Yeah,
that's what always I mean. Works. So I very much doubt he'll be playing at left back or left wing back or what. Left winger at this point, whatever you want to call it, which means that we'll probably have a man in play in that role. And maybe that means that we bring back Charlie Taylor into the fold, because for someone that played quite a bit in pre-season, we've not really seen him much since. And there's not been any rumours about him going. Someone said about him going to Middlesbrough.
Yeah, or maybe it's a good opportunity to give Rosliev a run out.
But he's more
in a game with less pressure.
Right.
Yeah, so he's on the right. Yeah. Oh, you mean on the left? I assumed you said Manning was just a certain.
Yeah, so no, but what I mean is that if Manning's in that position, is there going to be a backup for Manning at this point, right? We have so many centre backs. Do we have any? We only have two. We had three on the left if you include Taylor. But that is if Taylor's staying. And obviously potentially now you've got on the right, you've got Rosliev Sugawara if he stays. ... question mark. And Bree when he's back from injury, which then makes up three. But yeah, the left.
Breezy played on the left sometimes last season as well, right? He's quite a versatile one.
Remember, but I think that was more because we got so used to having Carl Walker-Peters be able to play both. I think.
Yeah.
Either way, it's a point of concern. I'm not worried about it now. I think Manning will be able to handle it. It's just how long will Manning be able to handle the stretch of games we have, right, without the ability to rotate. But I think everything else will probably have a little bit of rotation. They're going to be knackered at this point, right? Considering they seem to be real tired. I think the lack of urgency that frustrated me so much last game was towards the end of that game, you can tell that the fitness drills that they've had to run through summer are really starting to take their toll. And it's a good thing long term. I feel like at the moment, it's going to be slightly worrying for how quickly games are happening.
Well, look, mate, we got this one, we got one more, and then we got a nice international break, which is everyone's favourite.
Joy.
So, look, what do you think about Norwich? They're off to, I guess, arguably an equally bumpy start to the season.
Yeah,
lost
against
Middlesbrough at the weekend.
Bristol City, previous Bristol City manager Liam Manning, very much seemed to be heavily reliant on a talisman, a little bit like us with Matty Fernandez, is heavily reliant on Josh Sargent. Josh Sargent being a player that I've seen a lot of our fans want to go in for, very much doubt that we will. He's the captain of Norwich. It'd be nice for Damien Downs to have a fellow American with him, though. Don't get me wrong. I just don't see it happening. They beat our I don't even really want to call them colleagues. They beat down the road, which is always nice to see. But beaten by Middlesbrough at the weekend, are potentially linked forward player Azaz. Probably not. We'll see what happens there. Scoring one of the goals against them to put them to the sword, but seems like sort of similar capitulation to us. So both teams are going to want to bounce back with a win, right? But Norwich, famously for me, are a team that go up to the Premier League. You see them for a bit, they go back down. They used to have Pookie. I don't think they have him anymore. They probably think he probably retired like 10 years ago, but he was always someone that I remember being a good player in your FPL. That is about the extent that I know. Oh, Stephen Fry supports them. That's about the extent of my knowledge around Norwich City, mate. Oh, and Ipswich hate them.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think that they're probably also going to be having a fairly rotated side. They're also going to be sort of doubling their efforts on the Championship, especially after the ropey start. I think it's going to be just one of those cagey affairs. That's what I feel like is coming up. But
It's going to be interesting to try and figure out the squad, mate.
well, that's it. Look, we talked about left back, but we're going to talk about our whole predicted lineup. But first, a message from our partners at Bioniq.
Your body is unique, and Global Sports Podcast Network has partnered with Bioniq, the world's most personalised supplements. Bioniq provide 100% tailor-made supplements designed to deliver precisely what your body needs at exactly the right levels to optimise your health. No guessing. So click the link in the show notes. Use the code GSPN2025 for 40% off your first month's subscription. Bioniq. Don't settle for off-the-shelf solutions made for just anybody. Get what's right for you right now.
Okay, mate, and we are back. So, do you think McCarthy goes in goal? Just throw a question that's going to upset you at the back, straight off the bat there.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's a cup game. We want to try and make sure Bazuni's fit enough for all of these thick and fast championship games. Sure, but you're right. It is. It has upset me a little bit more than I'd expect it to.
And then Manning at left back.
Yep.
Stevens presumably stays in the mix as captain. You'd expect to see him in there.
Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if you rest. Did he rest him last game? Cup game?
I don't remember.
I think he did, if I remember rightly.
Yeah. I mean, what are you thinking? Quasi presumably back in.
Yeah, I think he needs to build his confidence a little bit, right? And that'll be a good opportunity to do it, because what are the stakes? Are we devastated if we go out the EFL Cup this year?
Yeah, mate, with the trebles on. I mean...
Right, so you would be devastated if we missed out on the EFL Cup?
Not even a little bit, but it would be nice to build a bit of winning momentum, wouldn't it? It would be nice to at least score some goals.
Agreed.
Ronnie Edwards probably back in the mix?
I'd like to think so. I didn't do... he's had a rough few games, but again, it's like building that momentum. I think it's going to be difficult because it's not like it's going to be not a strong squad, right? It will be probably similar to us, where you're going to have rotation, but they are still a championship squad for a reason. As much as I might have disrespected them by not really knowing a huge amount, other than my sort of like cursory knowledge from their time in the Premier League.
Mate, look, you did well. You didn't even mention Delia Smith. Don't worry about it. Right back, you think Rosliev will just get on the pitch, get some minutes to start getting some of that? Or you think...
he started at the weekend. Like we both said we didn't expect him to play. We didn't know if he was going to be registered in time. But by the sounds of it, like that transfer was signed on the radar, registered, been in the building a day and a half. Literally in the building where they were talking to Will Stead about new signings, right? Like that's
crazy.
Very ironic. So yeah, wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, I didn't see how he did coming on as a sub, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him.
He did okay. He drilled a couple of good ones. Again, like he did about as much as he could have, I think, in what was in the short time frame that was expected. But I wouldn't be surprised if they chuck him straight in, because Bree's not playing.
Still injured. Yeah.
Still injured.
Yuki's probably on his way.
Yuki's probably on his way. Does that mean that Yuki's last appearance is going to be against Northampton? Or I can't remember if he played against Ipswich. If so, that's incredibly depressing. Anyway, besides the point. Yeah. So that I would expect him to start, and that's why they brought him in, right? So it just really depends how else are we going to line up with the strikers.
So if we're talking rotation, the midfield that we've talked about being pretty solid and easy to pick lineup, how much we rotate in that? Like, do we? I presume that we see one of Charles and Downs. So we'd expect one to be rested, probably.
The Northampton game, Downs was rested. I imagine it's probably going to be the same. So I just think Charles has got more of an engine on him. Maybe you have, Fernandez there and Matsuki again. Have a three in the middle there. That'd be quite nice to see. But I can't see them replacing the entire one. Like, I just don't. I don't know if we'll see Smallbone again. See, it's not transfer Tuesday or whatever. Unfortunately, this is replacing our usual
transfer Thursday, mate. It's all good. We're still,
don't get me wrong, but there's rumours of him potentially going to Wrexham for quite a significantly larger fee than I think anyone would have expected, because it's Wrexham. They pay a premium at this point. just for the documentary alone, to be honest. So, who else have you really got? Aribo is probably out the door, or at least we've not seen him the entirety of this little run in so far, the beginning of the season. So who else do you jump in for? So maybe Downs goes on the bench and will come on later. But that's kind of where my head is at, and then maybe
I think we'll probably see Matsuki get a start.
Yeah, I think it's about time.
He was so good in pre-season and such a creative outlet that now that we're talking about, and we've talked a lot about, like, lacking that creativity and that sort of spark, it seems baffling to me that we've not seen more of him in the games.
Yeah, like, I don't know if it's just that they don't trust him yet, and he's still a bit rusty, and all of those various different things. But this would be an opportunity to see that, right? And if he doesn't show that, probably will end up securing himself a loan move. But I feel like Jay Robinson's going to need to be rested because there's only so much you can expect. 100%, you don't want to overdo it.
I expect him to not be on the pitch.
So then,
I'd like to see a front three of Archer, Downs, and Stewart all playing together.
Pretty much like what he would have lined up at Northampton had Stewart not gone out sick like 5 minutes before, which resulted in Ben Barrett and Diaz playing.
And what I'd love is for all of them to score. Monkey off the back, mate. Just get it out of the way and just start the season flowing. And if we can have 3 40-goal a season strikers, we'll be laughing.
I think the problem is, mate, and I'm sure you've got your little either AI spiel or you've done some sort of looking into our record against Norwich City. I don't think it's as good. I don't think it's that great. From my memories of all the times we've played them, it's not.
Well, let me tell you, mate, that you couldn't be more wrong.
Oh, good.
In the last 19, what a random cut-off point. The last 19 games against Norwich, which I presume is an even amount of years, it doesn't say, we have lost only 3 times.
Oh, okay.
We have won 8, and there have been 8 draws. So,
good.
Get your money on penalties, boys.
My fear is it goes to penalties and we really see who can score.
Yeah. The most exciting Norwich game in recent memory, Zach, I don't know if you'll remember it. I feel like as soon as I say it, you'll remember it. It was around this part of the season in the Championship season last time.
Yep.
And we drew 4-4.
Yep, I remember exactly where I was. I went. What's the name of the burger place that's near Bedford Place, mate?
Could be any of them.
Severnbone. I was in Severnbone for my brother's birthday, and I got told off a lot because I spent the entire time consistently checking my phone and go, what? Or yes, yes, whilst being annoyed that I didn't attend the game. So yes, mate, Greg, I do remember that exact game, and that was just after Russell Martin took charge, and everyone went, what is this? What is this Russell Martin fella about? And it turns out that what it's about is losing the ball all the time. But there we are.
Yeah. And look, if you want the AI breakdown that we all know and love,
yay!
the brief context is, I don't know, I mean, this is really something. I've not seen it before. Norwich is in good home form. Southampton are performing very good at away.
Are we?
I don't remember any of those.
What?
Particularly, I don't know. No idea.
So Matty Fernandez, a moment of brilliance at Northampton. And then what? Yeah. We drew at Ipswich. A very good away form.
Yeah. I mean, if you base it on last season, he's not wrong.
Are you basing it on friendlies as well? I
don't know. Look, if you dig deeper into this, it's got some data-driven context, which are some wonderful words. That has a higher than average XG for this matchup, with a pre-match combined XG of 2.9 versus a general average of 2. Norwich at home have an XG of 1.57, which is above their season average, and Southampton away is slightly below their season average. Looks like a goal will come from a corner, and the goal line looks to be the market for a single goal, but expect a lively 90 minutes with a real chance of both teams to score.
Oh, don't you just like it when computers pretend they know what they're talking about, and then a game happens, and then it's almost It's always good fun. Again, Sheffield United, mate, going to win the league.
Mate,
40% chance to get promoted. Where are they at the table at the moment?
Well, look, Zach, let's not mug off computers for trying to predict the game too hard, because next up, that is our job.
Oh, good.
A message from our partners at Zencastr. Here at the Global Sports Podcast Network, we spent a lot of time selecting our delivery platform, and Zencastr came out the clear winner. With 4K video recording from your phone and AI editing that automatically removes all those ums and ahs, it's super easy to start a podcast. It sounds great and is delivered efficiently. If you're ready to tell your story, check out the link in the show description and learn more about Zencastr. Okay, mate, we are back. Look, I feel bad throwing you under the bus all the time with score predictions, so I'm gonna let you choose. You want to go first or second?
I'll carry on going first. You throw me under the bus all the time anyway, mate. This is no different. That's me. You're a very good friend. But what I will point out, Greg, is that going off of the logic that you used last game, that the lowest amount we need to win, but still conceding is 2-1. I'm going to go with 2-1 because apparently the pattern of our season so far has been to at least go to a goal down. And again, they'll probably play Sargent. Sargent will probably score against us because we're all really salty that we want to buy him for some reason. Probably because he's a good player. But then, I don't know, maybe his American counterpart, Damian Downs, finally gets a goal. And maybe also Stewart. Like, let's just open the accounts of the players that are strikers that everyone is the most worried about.
Get these
right?
40-goal-a-season strikers firing. Get them on the line. I love it.
Looking forward to the 150 goals we're going to score this season, mate. It's going to be amazing.
Unbelievable.
So where are you at, Greg? I've said 2-1, using pretty much logic stolen directly off of you. So if you do the same...
Logic's out the window. I've got a gut feeling, and it's you're probably going to be surprised by it, mate. For some reason, deep in my gut, I just feel like it's going to be 2-2, and then we'll win on penalties.
Oh, gross. I don't want to deal with penalties on a Tuesday.
It's the EFL Cup, so you don't get extra time at least. It just goes straight to the misery.
No, you're right. This is true, but it's still a thing that I really struggle watching to this day in any format of the game. I know you are very aware of this. We've talked. You're like, watch these penalties, I'll watch afterwards. Can't deal with the pressure.
There's no sound reason or logic to where this has come from. This is based purely off of gut feel.
You base it off of the fact that we lined up quite similarly. We've had similar results this season, and we're both coming into the game in a similar position.
Yeah, maybe. And, we've had a lot of draws historically as well. It just feels...
Okay.
It would just be the most Saints thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of
historically, a lot of Stoke was 0-0, mate. So...
Yeah, and look, if we're being, brutally honest... Right, I'll try to put a positive spin on it, but if I'm being brutally honest, if it goes to penalties, is that a penalty shootout that either team really wants to win? Right?
Yes, please keep us in this competition.
You go into the game wanting to win the game because you want to build that momentum, but at the point that you've already drawn, does the competition itself really matter that much to anybody? Not really, but could make some pretty miserable viewing. But
it'll be what it'll be, and it's a Tuesday night, and we'll have to.
I think that's the first time I've ever predicted a draw as well, mate. That's got to be
You're turning cynical in your old age, mate. That's all I can say.
But look, we will see. We will be watching with bated breath.
Yes,
I presume on Sky Sports Plus for those with Sky Sports subscriptions, but.
I'll try not to log off the commentary team this time, despite the fact that I did get very mad last time.
I promise nothing.
You made me feel bad. You made me feel bad for the fact that they kept getting basic information that is less than Google away about our team wrong.
Look, it's a tough draw. It's a long night up. Fair play to any fans travelling up to Norwich tonight.
100%.
Cannot wait to hear you in solid voice through the TV, hopefully over the top of the commentator. Until then, though, look, that's all we've got time for today. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that it's a good, solid win. Let's open the accounts of all of these strikers, score all of the goals. Let's make it decisive. Put all of our doubts to bed and go into the weekend against Watford with huge amounts of confidence. Let's do it. I'm fired up. I'm ready. Oh, it's exciting. Listen, let us know your score predictions. Let us know in the comments or on all of the socials. We are on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, Blue Sky, all of it. Let us know. How do you think we're going to get on? How much do you care about the EFL Cup? Are we going to win it this year? Maybe. Look, who knows? Anything could happen. Thank you very much for joining us. Zach, thank you very much for joining me. We will be back tomorrow reacting to whatever happens at the game tonight for a slightly chaotic late night recording, which is everyone's favourite. I cannot wait. We'll see you then. Have a great day, everyone. And come on, you Saints.
Your daily soccer podcast with the Global Sports Podcast Network.